Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing another Get Ready With Me, and I am super excited about this Get Ready With Me today because I'm going to be using the new Blood Lust palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And here is this beautiful palette right here, just like the outer cardboard packaging that the palette comes in. And when you open it up, you get the palette right there. Oh my gosh, I just can't get over the packaging of this palette. It's like a true velvet on top, or all around the outside packaging of the palette. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Now, a couple days ago, I ended up filming my swatches video for this palette, which will be up before this Get Ready With Me. So if you haven't seen that video already, I will link that down in the description box. So please make sure to go ahead and check that out so you can just see the overall packaging of the palette, some up-close shots, me actually swatching the eyeshadows, of course, and then just kind of giving my overall first impressions of the eyeshadows. And of course, as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I always like to film kind of like an updated video to my swatches first impressions video, just because sometimes eyeshadows, they can look or feel differently, or I guess come off differently from swatching them and then actually putting them on the eyes. So I always like to follow up with a Get Ready With Me actually using these eyeshadows on my eyes. So yeah, that's basically what this Get Ready With Me is going to be today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get the palette out of the packaging. Oh my god, I am just obsessed with it. Like, look at how like the light hits it. Like, oh my gosh, like it's just so gorgeous. So anyways, I don't really know what kind of look I'm gonna go with today. I'll just go ahead and open up the palette for you guys real quick, just so you can see all of the shades. And here they are right there. So yeah, since I don't really have a plan for this Get Ready With Me, I'm just gonna kind of wing it and just kind of go for any of the eyeshadows that are really calling my name. I know there was one of these shades I really wanted to use today, and I'm just gonna like look up the pictures of the swatches on my phone because I can't really remember which shade it was, but I know there was one where I was like, ooh, I want to put that all over my eyes. Ooh, I think it was Scandal Water, which is this color right here. And then the other one that I thought was absolutely gorgeous, I believe, is Take the Crown, which is up here. Like, oh my god, both of those together are absolutely gorgeous. So maybe that's what we'll do. Kind of incorporate both of those colors in some way on our eyes. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow for this video. So I already primed my face and my eyelids. Let's just go ahead and get started. So if you would like to see this Get Ready With Me and what kind of look I create with the Blood Lust palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, then just keep on watching. All right, and this should also be interesting because I don't think I've cleaned my makeup brushes in a little while because I'm just awful at cleaning my makeup brushes. So hopefully this look doesn't get ruined. But anyways, I'm just gonna go in with my go-to fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Monarchy, which is this tannish color right here, just like a tan matte color, and I'm just gonna start by putting that in the crease of my eyes. Alright, real quick with this Monarchy shadow, there is a good amount of fallout in the pan of the eyeshadow, but I really do like the color. You can never go wrong with having this type of color in any palette. It definitely is a lot lighter than I was expecting it to be, but by applying a couple coats on each eye, it is definitely a buildable color. Still not very pigmented, but I think the subtleness of it is going to work, especially with the kind of look that I want to include in today's Get Ready With Me. So overall, not a bad eyeshadow. Next, I think I am just going to go right in with the Scandal Water eyeshadow color, and I'm just going to start by putting that all over the lids of our eyes, and then we will add more like crease colors just to build some dimension and things like that. there's kind of like one coat of the eyeshadow right there. Definitely a beautiful color. It can definitely be patchy at times, but it's really easy to kind of build up and get rid of some of that patchiness. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over one more time just to really build up the pigmentation and just to kind of give more coverage, because I know definitely once we start, you know, blending everything out and adding more colors over top, I feel like we're definitely going to lose some pigmentation with this eyeshadow, so I'm sure we're going to have to build it up even more after we apply more colors. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of get a head start, I guess you could say, by adding some more color to our lids. All right, now to go back to our crease, I'm going to go in with that same tan monarchy color and just kind of build up that color. Oh, and real quick, just to kind of talk a little bit about the Scandal Waters color. There was a little bit of fallout, not as much just to compare it to Monarchy, since those are the only two eyeshadows we've used so far. And then, yeah, I kind of already explained a little bit about applying it on the eyes and the pigmentation and patchiness and being able to build it up and all that sort of stuff. So now let's go ahead and pick our next crease color. Now, I guess one con I can, you know, say about this eyeshadow palette is there aren't as many more neutral shades, because usually what I like to do is building up my crease color. I'll usually go with at least 3 different eyeshadows. I'll start from lightest to like a medium type shade in between light to dark, and then go in with a darker shade. Now, obviously, Monarchy is the most neutral, light color, if that makes any sense, in this palette. Obviously, Your Majesty up here is lighter, but it's not really in that, like, you know, neutral tan color family. Just by looking at this palette, there really isn't any other color that matches the Monarchy shade. Like, I don't really see any other browns. I guess just by looking at it, this color is pretty similar. I guess the most similar, which is in the name Royal Pain. But if I remember correctly from swatching it and just kind of from looking at it, it is more of like a peachy pink color. So I don't really know if I would want to go in with that for the crease. So yeah, if you're not really into like colorful eyeshadow palettes, or I guess mainly for this one, more like purpley pink eyeshadow colors, then this probably wouldn't be the palette for you. So yeah, that's just something that I'm noticing. So I don't really know. I definitely think I want to go in with the color Dungeon for our crease, but I don't know, unless I just go straight in with the outer corner and then just kind of build it up that way. I guess that's really our only option right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with Dungeon on my little small tapered crease brush. So there's after a couple coats using that darker Dungeon color, and I am loving how this is turning out so far. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep building up the crease color, going back in with Monarchy and Dungeon for our crease, and then of course the Scandal Water for our lid. Having issues with blending. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but I just feel like I'm having such an issue blending this eye out to match this eye. Like, this one looks a little bit more I guess flawless would be the way. There's not as much like hard lines as there are on this eye, and like I just keep blending it and it's just not working. I don't know if it's just I'm having one of those eyeshadow days, or it is the palette, if like the dungeon color is not blending with the other eyeshadows that we have going on our eyes, but I feel like this one is blending more than this one, so it could just be one of those days. I'll probably just zoom you guys in a little bit if you can, maybe you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, or maybe you don't see what I'm talking about and you think it looks good, but I'll zoom you guys in anyways just to get a better look of what we have going on the eyes right now. Now, I've been thinking if I want to apply lashes or not, which I might, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that be one of the last things that we do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to doing the rest of my face makeup, and then we'll come back to the eyes, do our lower lash line in our inner corner, and as well as our brow bone highlight, and then we can decide from there if I want to do like lashes or liner and all that sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do first for my under eyes is apply my Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Brightener from Maybelline, and then I will go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This is in the shade L40 Classic Ivory. And then I will go in with my Conceal RX Physicians Strength Concealer in the shade Natural Light. And then I will go in with my two powders. I've actually been using these two powders. This one you guys definitely recognize. This is the one that I use all the time. And this is Rimmel London's Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder in the shade 011 Creamy Natural. And then the other powder that I've been using recently that I've been liking is this one from CoverGirl. This is their Vitalist Healthy Powder. And this one is in the shade, I almost dropped it. 710 Classic Ivory. Now the reason why I am using these two powders is because I'd really like to apply this one all over my face. It does have a good amount of fallout, so definitely be careful when you know, applying this, but it has really great coverage, so I love the look of this powder. But I still like to go in with my, you know, usual powder that I've been using for years now, and I like to go in with this under my eyes because I went through under my eyes with this powder, but it seems a little bit darker, so I didn't really like the look of it. Maybe using like a smaller brush and just like in a very like small area was making it darker or too concentrated or something like that, because it doesn't look that dark all over my face. But yeah, so yeah, I will still go in with this powder underneath my eyes. And then yeah, of course my eyeshadows, and then I'll probably just go in and apply mascara for my top lashes. So I'll quickly run through those products that I like to use. Real quick for lashes, I like to use my L'Oreal Paris Unlimited Mascara just in the shade Blackest Black, I'm pretty sure, yes. And then for my eyeshadows, my eyebrows, I like to go in with these three products. I go through this little gel product from CoverGirl, and then I like to set it with a powder, so I will go in with the powder in this Rimmel London, I think it was like Brow This Way, a brow sculpting kit. And then of course set it with my e.l.f. eyelash and eyebrow setting gel. And yeah, that's basically it. So let's go ahead and get started. also got my eyebrows done and did a little bit of mascara on the top lashes. I also did a little bit of blending around the eyes just to kind of clean it up a little bit. So now we are going to move on to the lower lash line. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my lower lash line with the Scandal Watercolor, which is the color that we put on the lids of our eyes. And then I will do the same thing, kind of similar to the crease. I will blend it out with the Dungeon and Monarchy color just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Next, I'm going to work on the inner corner highlight, which I think the color I want to go with is the Take the Crown color, which is this sparkly purple color up here. I think it would look really cool and really pop this whole eye look. So I'm just going to take my little brush right here. This is my favorite brush to apply an inner corner highlight with. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Is that color right there. I'm just going to zoom you guys in because this color is gorgeous. Now this color is definitely gorgeous, pigmented, really easy to apply. Now this is another color that definitely has a lot of fallout. So definitely out of all of the colors that I have used so far, let's see, we used 1, 2, 3, 4. The most that had the most fallout were Monarchy, and then the one that we just applied, Take the Crown. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone highlight. And I think I'm just going to take this like white creamy color up here in the name Your Majesty. And then I'll probably just go back in and touch up any of the eyeshadow colors that need to be touched up. Maybe make the outer corners a little bit darker. That's basically it. Then when we move on to like the final touches of the eyes, we'll finish up the face makeup, lips, and then this look will be complete. Alright, so I touched everything up and now I'm just going to finish up applying mascara. I'm going to go in with the same mascara that I already applied on my top lashes, and then I think I'm also going to go in with some eyeliner for my waterline. This eyeliner is just by CoverGirl. It's one of their Perfect Blend eyeliners, and then it's just in the number or name 100 Basic Black. let's go ahead and finish up the rest of our face. So real quick, you guys will definitely recognize these products because I use them all the time. So first, I'm going to bronze up with my e.l.f. bronzer palette, and then I'm going to go in with my Nude Rose Sculpt and Glow palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just going to take the blush color out of this palette right here. And then just to kind of stick with the whole Bloodlust purple theme that we got going on with today's eyes, I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in the shade Lavender Snow. So it's kind of like that lavender purple color right there. And then we will go ahead and decide which lip color to go with today's look. Alright, face makeup is done. And then for today's lips, I think I'm feeling something nude, but like a light nude. So I'm definitely feeling this shade right here from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is in the shade Skin Tight. Now this is a very light nude color. I thought about just doing this all over my lips. My lips? I don't know what the hell I was trying to say, but I thought about just putting this all over my lips. But I thought just to keep it a little bit more wearable, I'm going to go in with the another light shade in the shade Mannequin. This one I like to wear all over my lips because it's not as light as Skin Tight, so I feel like, just for me personally, it's a little bit more wearable, just because I love coffee, I love pop, so my teeth aren't, you know, pearly white, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why really light colors, they're not very wearable for me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put Mannequin all over my lips, and then I'm going to go in with Skin Tight in the middle and kind of do like a very subtle ombre effect. So yeah, I'm definitely liking how the lips are looking with this eye look. I think it looks really pretty. But I think what I'm going to do is I want to define my lips a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go full on 90s style and actually outline my lips just so you can see a little bit, you know, of the lip liner, of like a darker outlining of the lips, if that makes any sense. I feel like that would look really pretty and just really, you know, accentuate my lips and make it look just like really like pouty and things like that. And then of course with like the darker lining around the lips, that'll tie in really nicely with our eye color that we have going on. So I'm going to go in with my handy dandy lip liner from BH Cosmetics. This is in the shade Earth. Alright, there we go. And last but not least, to seal everything in place, I'm going to just go in with my Milani setting spray, and then this look will be complete. Alright everyone, and this is the finished look using the Blood Lust Eyeshadow Palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I absolutely love how this look turned out. I am obsessed with my inner corner highlight. I absolutely love that color. And of course all the other colors we use, like, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, to get down to business, review-wise, I just love this palette. I'm not even gonna spend time talking about the packaging because the packaging, I could care less if all the eyeshadows in this palette was shit. Like, this palette alone, like the packaging alone, like makes this palette worth it. So like 10 out of 10 stars, 10 out of 5 stars for the packaging. Now to get down to the actual shades. So the shades, once again, that we used, we'll just kind of start from the bottom and work our way down. So we used Your Majesty, which is this color right here. We used Take the Crown, this color right here. We used Dungeon, this color right here. We used Scandal Water, which is right here. And, oh, and we also used Monarchy, which is this color right here. So 5 shades were used to create this look, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Now, just to kind of put it out there, I just love Jeffree Star's formula. Like, all of the eyeshadow palettes that I've had, that I've tried of his, are just awesome. They're just super, overall, super pigmented. Obviously, some shadows in all of his palettes, including this one. There's some that are better than others, of course. That's just gonna be your own personal opinion. Like, but overall, I would say they're pigmented. They're so easy to apply. They're blendable. That's why I love using his eyeshadow colors, because I am someone that could literally spend hours and hours and probably days on end doing my makeup. And using his eyeshadow colors makes doing my makeup so quick. It's insane. And that's just because of how amazing they are, because of how pigmented and smooth and blendable they are. So I just absolutely love his formula overall. Now, I did mention I did have a little issues blending this eye compared to this eye. I really can't confidently say it was the eyeshadows. You know, we all have those days. If you're someone that applies makeup where like things just don't seem to be applying right, and I feel like that was just one of those days for me, but it was very easily fixable. Now that everything is like applied and everything's complete, I think it looks really nice. You know, I'm not seeing any harsh lines like I was. God, you scared the shit out of me.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Oh my God. Well, turn a light on.
No.
You know how scary that was? I just see this. Come on, give me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, I don't even remember what I was saying, so I guess we'll just move on to the next point. So real quick, a couple of cons that I can already see with this palette. Like I already mentioned, just the overall color palette or color layout in this palette. It is mainly very like purples and pinks and basically colors. There really isn't any neutral shades. So if you're someone that really isn't into colorful eyeshadows, then this may not be the palette for you. Another thing that you can definitely see about this palette is the shape of it. It may not be as travel friendly. Now the overall shape of it doesn't really bother me too much because it is smaller than I thought it was gonna be. I remember when he like first, you know, launched this palette and did like his review video and just pictures and everything like that, I thought it looked a lot bigger than it really is. I'm just trying to like back up as much as I can just so you can see like the overall size of it. I don't have very big hands. Yeah, you can kind of get like the size of it right there. So definitely it's smaller than I thought, which is nice. But yeah, this overall shape of it, it's not very travel friendly. And my only complaint about this is not necessarily for travel purposes, but it actually does not fit in any of my makeup drawers. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this palette, where I'm gonna put it, but it definitely can't go in my makeup collection, which is a little annoying because, you know, I'm someone that's, you know, very organized and I like to have my things a certain way, and the fact that I can't have all of my makeup together kind of bugs me. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, is the overall shape and where you're going to store this palette in your collection. But to kind of counteract the con of the eyeshadow colors that come in this palette, if you're someone like me that has brown eyes, then the purple eyeshadow colors are going to look really great on you. Don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert on like the eye colors and what color eyeshadows would really pop and things like that, but I'm pretty sure with brown eyes, the colors that look the best with brown eyes are purple and blue eyeshadows. So the fact that this is mainly like a purple shadow palette, I think is really nice, and I feel like I could definitely get a lot of uses out of these, even though they are, you know, colorful eyeshadows, and like this look alone is very, you know, on the colorful side, very smoky, dark. I think it works for me because of my eyeshadow, or of my eye color. So yeah, those are kind of just my little pros and cons that I have noticed just from playing with these eyeshadows a little bit and things like that. Now, would I recommend it? 100% I would recommend it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I wouldn't care if all of the eyeshadows were absolutely awful. Just the packaging alone of this palette and just how gorgeous it is and how different it is. Like, what other makeup company out there has a purple velvet eyeshadow palette as like the actual packaging of the palette? Like, no one does. So this alone is so incredibly unique and is so worth being in your collection anyways. So yes, definitely on the packaging alone, I recommend this palette. But when it comes to the eyeshadows, I definitely would recommend them. If you're someone that, you know, likes to have some more colorful eyeshadows in your collection, you can definitely never go wrong with Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And, you know, the purples and the few eyeshadows that I've used in this video are amazing. So yes, on the eyeshadows themselves, I would recommend. Alright everyone, and that is it for this Get Ready With Me using the Blood Lust palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I'm gonna get going for now, film some more videos for you guys. So yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.